Hey, everybody. We running kind of late tonight, but welcome to Wine Down Wednesday, baby. And after today, I need a glass of wine that I have right here, a good glass of Menage a Trois. This is a red blend that is a Cabernet Sauvignon, and it has such a you can taste the blackberries in it, and you can kind of capture this wine and pick it up at any of your local grocery stores. Of course, you can get it at one of my favorite stores, which is Total Wine. So this is the Menage a Trois. I kind of drink this one a lot, but I've never really had the midnight dark red blend. It is really good. So tonight, let's get those glasses up, light your candles, whatever you need to do to relax, and let's wind down together as we dive into these topics. Tonight we're mixing a little politics with a little pop culture, and yeah, we have some exciting things, and of course, it's going to be a good conversation, y'all. So as you can see, we have two new guests here, so I'm going to let them introduce themselves and tell some things about themselves that they want you to know. And yeah, and then we'll get into these hot topics here. So we can start with the newest person that's never been here at the bottom is Arajan.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. So of course, my name is Irijan. I am the CEO of Fierce Graffiti. Fierce Graffiti fashion trademark brand, actually. And thank you, Keisha, for having me on.
You're
I
welcome
appreciate
anytime.
you. So back to the trademark. So Fierce Graffiti is a fashion trademark brand for fashion, better known for fanny packs. I actually have some behind me. So these are some I'm sorry, can y'all I may have to remove the
Yeah, you might have to remove
background.
the background so we
Let's
can
see how
see.
to do this. Bear with me. All right, settings. All right, let me escape out of here. Oh man.
And yes, guys, I just want to say that we do support Black businesses here, Black owned businesses. So if you want to come on and promote your business, anytime that you're free, you can come on and do that and have good conversation with us. Okay.
Okay, I don't think I know what I'm doing here. It looks a little advanced. Let me see. Visual effects. Okay, hold on. None. All right. Is that better?
Yes, that's much
I'm
better.
literally sitting in my living room floor. But this is the black one. This is the one that mainly sells. I sell the most out of. So as you can see, and this straps are extendable. You could
Good.
fit someone that's up to 300 pounds, I believe. So that's the reason why I had invested in these type of fanny packs. So we have 8 different colors. Right now, I only have 6. I am waiting on a navy blue, and I have a custom made purple for Mardi Gras. You know, we live in New Orleans, and we like to celebrate Mardi Gras. But this is a hot seller too. A lot of people from who went to Carver High School purchased this one because of the colors. You got the blue one with the pink fizz graffiti going on. This is one of my favorite because it reminds me of Barbie. A lot of girly girls purchase
Yeah, I
this
like
one.
that one.
And then I have this gray one, which is pretty neutral. And I also have clear crossbodies purses that I've started selling. I don't have those right now because I'm currently getting the logo placed on them. But yes, those are selling too. So I'm very excited about that. With the beginning of football season kicking off. So yeah, who that? So if you're a Who Dat fan, football fan, Pelicans basketball fan, please buy your clear fanny packs from Fierce Graffiti. So, and again, thank you, Keisha, for allowing me to come over here and promote my business.
Yeah, you can kind of put that. I'm gonna put that in a little chat, everyone on the banner, so everyone can see that towards the end, because we're gonna reintroduce your brand, so people can go out and purchase these things. So yeah, so where do they purchase it at, Arajan?
I'm
So
actually putting it in the chat. It's
Okay.
fearsgraffiti.com. It's www. That's three W's dot fears. Graffiti is spelled GRAFFITI.com. And we're also on all social media platforms. You can find us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I'm missing TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and also on LinkedIn.
Okay. All right. So at the top we have you have a echo tiff. So I don't know where it's coming from, but
Okay, so hold on. Let me figure. Well, let me figure that out. But hi, I'm Tiffany, NOLA native, but I live in Houston with my husband and my son, and this is my second time here, winding down with Keisha. All right, so let me figure that out, Keisha. I'm gonna go on mute.
all right. So yeah, so I want to start off, and I started off talking this morning about like I'm gonna
I
first
want to
talk
show my
about
pen.
these. All right, these Hurricane Katrina documentaries, right? So I noticed in every one of those documentaries, now one time, and they're so recent that they could have captured this information. I'm just trying to figure out why they never mentioned that the state of Louisiana sued the citizens of New Orleans in the most affected areas, trying to get recoup the road home money back, and not just a
Yeah.
portion of the home road home money. They wanted all of the money back. Like we received these letters. I was one of these people that received. Like I'm having a normal day, get a knock on the door. The sheriff is serving me something. I'm like, oh Lord, what the hell, the sheriff? So he said, so when he gave it to me, I saw something about road home. I just started laughing. He said, and that's what everyone else did. I said, so how I get sued by road home? He said, come take a walk with me to my car. So I go to the car. There's a stack, like he has rolls and rolls and rolls of summons that he's serving people. And he said, I've already served about 300 to 500 people this week already
Wow.
for the roll home. So I open up the letter, the summons, and it says the state of Louisiana would like to recoup their money from Hurricane Katrina because of an overpayment. We have seen to overpay you guys to repair your homes. So and in addition, you failed to supply us with receipts and proof that you had done these repairs on your home. So I'm saying to myself, oh no, baby, we ain't going out like that. So I'm a pack rat. So I have baby, I have receipts from 1989. Do you hear me? If it's something important in my life that's happening. So, and especially if I have to issue out large amounts of money, I'm gonna keep those receipts. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
I get my little envelope together, and because it was, I think it must have been like maybe 15 years or 17 years or something like this later. So of course, half the receipts are much faded. Like I'm looking at the Lowe's receipts, they faded, they're stuck together. So I'm saying to myself, why? Like why? And how in the hell did we come to this where they're actually asking us for this money back? So there are these attorneys, they reached out to everyone. Well, we're not going to let them do that to y'all. This is what the letter says. If you're interested in this class action suit, come to such and make an appointment. Come to, of course, I'm going to call them, right? Because now the scheme is I'm calling the state to try and submit my receipts to them. The phone number that's on the something, nobody's answering that
I
phone.
was just about to exit. They answer the phone.
Nobody answered. But I called those people for 2 weeks
You
every
sure it
day.
wasn't a scam?
Baby. Then I went to no, it wasn't a scam. So now we at the attorney's office. So now they have all these people that were like in their late 40s and 50s when Katrina hit, are now in their 60s, 70s, and 80s coming in there because back then homeowners were older people in New Orleans
Right.
that was settled in these older communities like the ninth ward and the seventh ward. So these are all older people. And I'm looking around at everybody in the room and I'm saying to myself, now you know this is a damn shame that they have sued these elderly people. Girl, one lady was crying in there. So after a while, they wind up just giving up because the attorneys kept going after them. So then we received the letter saying that they no longer wanted to pursue the lawsuit because you know y'all didn't have a lawsuit. How
Right.
you gonna sue people? Based
Right.
on the fact that they didn't do repairs and you want to they wanted to one person had went through it, they told them that they were going to garnish their wages and all this type of stuff.
Next
So
time, I feel like we need to do vouchers. Like if they want to help people rebuild, like get a gift card or some type of certificates of Home Depot or Lowe's or Ace Hardware. I think that would have been a better plan to make sure the funds go towards their house.
yeah, baby, they gave us checks. The first time they gave you a check, the check came in the mail. I opened that envelope. I couldn't believe how much money I had. I'm 33 years old, baby. I ain't never had that kind of money before in my life. Then after you finish the repairs, they come back and they offer you $20,000 more, or
Oh
a quarter
wow.
of that $20,000 more.
Wow.
So they, when you get over there, you have to go somewhere on to the lakefront arena around up in that area to sign the paperwork. So I told the lady, I said, I don't need this money because the house that I had, it couldn't be raised. It was already on a slab and it was a two-story house. So if they would have raised the house would have fell apart. And
Mhm.
so she said, well, no, baby, you could take the money anyway. They were forcing us to take this money. So
Oh
they
wow.
told us as long as you have the receipt saying that you did additional repairs to your home, nothing won't happen. So
So
I'm
you
saying,
had all your receipts.
I had every last receipt, baby, every last receipt that equaled up to the amount that I had. The additional money that I had, I bought my house over here on where I'm staying at now.
And how many years they waited to send y'all these
It
letters?
had to be like 17 years later.
Wow, I would have been probably and to go to court or go to jail because I wouldn't have kept no receipt for those 17 years.
Baby,
Yeah.
I'm a pack
Girl,
rat. I'm telling my daughter calls me. She
Good.
said I am the receipt pack rat. She anytime I keep, she said throw that receipt away. Throw it away. If I buy bubble gum, I put it in my purse. You gonna find receipt somewhere in my purse.
I
And
was
I
living
will.
pillar to post during
That's
Hurricane
a good
Katrina. I did
habit
not
to
have
have.
a steady home, so there was no way for me to keep up with that. So I probably would have been doing jail time. Have no proof.
Oh, yeah,
Baby, I
that's a
keep
good
record.
habit. Yeah,
I
that's
keep
a good
That
record
is
of
a
habit.
very good habit. Yeah.
yeah, I keep
Mhm.
record of everything. I have a containers. I would receipts in it, birth certificates, and all of that. I'm kind of organized but disorganized. I have my own method to my madness.
Okay.
So, and and I was just wondering why they never brought that up on any of the documentaries. And like these documentaries are very much up to date. Like this is
Yeah.
way after this stuff happened. So I guess the next year after they traumatize us again, they'll do another one.
Yeah.
And then they probably
I hope not. I hope not.
they probably
Because
yeah.
they knew they were wrong. They were wrong. That's why they didn't want
Yeah.
to rehash or bring that back up. They were wrong.
The issues are
17
too
years
much
later,
money.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
They issued out too much money. No, they didn't give enough money.
That
But to
part.
them, they felt like we need some of our
Yeah.
money back.
Yeah, they should have. Yeah, they didn't give enough money. They did all the money the state stole from and took off top from their roll home money. They didn't give the people enough.
And they
My
were
streets,
denying people, right? They were
huh?
denying people road home, right?
Yeah, they
Weren't
were denying some people road
Oh
home.
wow.
Hmm.
Yeah, so yeah, they put you through hell
Hmm.
and high water for that money. Like they
What was
really did.
the reason for denial?
That you wasn't in an area.
Oh
Like
wow.
Oh,
Okay.
like the
oh,
home wasn't in an area or something like that. So I
Hmm.
don't know how they determine that because I think well, a lot of homes really like where I lived at in Gentilly at that time on Lourdes Street, my house didn't flood.
Oh wow.
hmm.
I didn't get not an inch of water in my house. That's why I was able to come back like on in December of 2005 because my house was intact. The only thing that I didn't have when I got home, the only thing I really needed to repurchase was a refrigerator. because my refrigerator had every living spectacle in it that could be in it at that time. I didn't even open it. I just taped it up
Wow.
and then rolled it outside. So
Is that
Oh,
street close to what's that funeral home on Gentilly? What's the, is it close? Because my auntie lived on Metropolitan and her house flooded in Gentilly.
that may be further back.
You know what funeral home I'm talking about? Is literally
Yeah,
by the bridge. I forgot the name. I can't even
that's
boy.
a that's a
Is it?
Press Park did flood in Press Park. That's
Okay.
around up in that area. So yes, it did. The water was over the like to the top of the roofs in that neighborhood.
Oh
And then
wow.
like the
Yeah.
very next block over, as you go down Lotus, when you get further down,
Mm-hmm.
they did have water like over 6 feet of water down that way. That's
Oh
what my
wow.
neighbor told me. But I'm thinking the way New Orleans is like some streets are hot sit higher than others,
Mm-hmm.
and as you go down, it kind of sinks.
in the
So
bowl.
maybe as the street was going down, because what I'm guessing is since we do live in a bowl, the
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
streets are probably made actually like a bowl to kind of slant in a way
Mhm.
where the water is supposed to recede when it
Right.
rains. That's the only way that I can make logic of that, because Lourdes does sit high, like the houses were built higher, like on a hill
Mhm.
when you went through there.
Yeah,
So
but overall, I think they for the documentaries I've seen, I think they did a good job. Like
yeah,
capturing the bulk of the hurricane and the flooding and people's stories. I think they did a great job.
yeah,
We
I
did.
was in Houston, so I didn't
Yeah, me too.
experience any
Yeah.
of that. But, yeah, but I
yeah.
lost everything, of course. We lived in the east at the time in Michoud. My house didn't flood, but it looters went in and pretty much took everything. So
The
we had to
looters,
start over. Mhm.
the looters took everything from the house.
Everything, girl.
Hmm. No, that's sad.
It is sad.
To think that, and I thought all of New Orleans East had kind of flooded. It didn't.
Yeah, Michoud did not, surprisingly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if you're familiar with that lake with the lagoon. So I lived close to Venetian Isles. And
Mm-hmm.
Venetian Isles flood, but Michoud did not flood. But Eastshore flood, which is better known as Little Woods. I don't know. We didn't flood, thank God. And we had a lake behind us. That's why we wound up evacuating, because we didn't want that water to come in, even though we was in a 2-story apartment. But we just didn't want to be there because we category 4 or 5. We knew they wasn't gonna have no water, no food, so we were not there to experience any of that. Thank God, by the grace of God. But I'm sorry you had to go through that, Keisha, with the room. I was 20. I
Yeah.
didn't own no home at the time.
Girl, that I went through hell and high water for that home. And then my friend Alicia, when I got that money, she was like, "And don't you go and buy all that name brand stuff like everybody buying. You better invest your money." So David, just when I was about to go on a shopping spree,
Uh-huh.
she was like, you need to save that money. Don't do without, don't be a nigga. That's what she said. Yeah. She said, don't
Okay.
don't go buying all that name brand stuff because you don't need all of that. She said, baby, what you need to do is buy a house. She said, don't even go buy a car. Go buy you a house. That's what you do. Invest in property, because that
Right.
that was her
Right.
thing. So
Yeah.
That makes sense.
yeah,
Am I
so
still
that's what
my
I
mic
said.
still? Is my mic still messing up, Keisha?
I can hear the echo in the background. I know that
I can too.
yeah, I can, like, because I guess y'all sitting close together and he's watching because I'm streaming
No,
from.
he's not even here.
He's not.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I can hear it though. I can hear something in the background going,
What
because
that
it,
is.
like, this site kind of picks up everything.
Wow.
So,
Okay. My
and
bad.
then yeah, and
Mhm.
I wanted to kind of like touch on a little bit of the hot topics, because y'all know in New Orleans we have this mayor race, and
Mm-hmm.
that's going on right now. And we have a couple of people that's running strong into the race, and of course I can't give any advice on who you need to vote for, and
Mm-hmm.
or anything like that, but I just want to shed light on how important it is for us to get out there and vote, right? So if you don't vote, that means you don't have a voice. So if things don't go the way you think they should go, then you can't vote anybody but yourself. And even when you're voting for like these amendments that they have coming out, then you guys really need to read what these amendments are about and how they affect you. Okay. And I know the people who don't have homes or home owners, they think that these amendments don't affect you guys, but of course they do affect you if you are a renter, because if the mortgages go up or the insurances go up, that means that your rent will go up. And that's why we have these high polluted rents in New Orleans, because they tax homeowners to baby, they tax you to the highest taxes that they can put on you. And that's how the city makes their money, right? That's how Louisiana and any other state makes their money, based on the taxes that they're putting upon the people when you're spending your money. So that's why it's so important to get out there and have a voice when you're speaking, and make sure you pay attention to the wording and how things are worded when you are voting for things. Because in our one of my previous shows, we had Oliver Thomas on, and he spoke about, different amendments that say I may. He said, and the word may means they may or may not do something. It doesn't mean that they have to do it. So just pay attention to when you're in those boots and you're making choices. Any choice that you make has consequences, whether they be negative or positive. What you say, Arjan?
Yeah, I wanted to speak on the language. Oftentimes, my family members and close friends, I have to do like a Zoom to explain the meaning of certain stuff, because the way how they word it on the ballot, and people may not understand. Like my dad is in his 70s, right? So he don't have the same education that I make, that I have. And so I spent about an hour and a half going through each legislation, like if it's a law, like each legislator. I'm sorry, I can't even talk right now.
Mm-hmm.
Legislative, like if there are laws on there, or if they're trying to change something, I have to literally go through each one, like even some words. Okay, this is what that means. I think they should put it in a language so where if a third grader can read and understand, that's the way it should be written. That's just my opinion. But oftentimes it's not written like that. Like sometimes I have to read it 2 or 3 times to make sure I comprehend what they're, saying, proposing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we need to go on that for them to change the language.
Right. And now with new technology and AI, don't forget about ChatGPT.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
ChatGPT and get
Yeah.
those prompts to tell you to break it down in layman's terms, and they will walk you right through it. So
That's true.
there's no excuse not understanding what's going on or what you're voting for nowadays. I'm just saying. But yeah,
But even with some of the older ones, like at my job with those seniors, they don't want to get on the computer. They don't. All they want to do is watch Netflix. But even trying to help them navigate ChatGPT, to me, ChatGPT is a gift and a curse. It's good for certain things, but then some things, I don't like it because it cripples some people too.
Yeah,
it can.
But it has a lot of good benefits.
Yeah, I can see that it can. But you still need to tell it what you want, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's some thought behind that process, Yeah. But I get it.
I'm guilty. I use it a lot. Like me and Chat, we are boyfriend and girlfriend. I'm like, hey, boo, what's going on? And Chat be like, hey, boo, what's happening? What's going on?
It's weird though. I don't use the audio, like when it talks back to you. That's weird to me, because you get to thinking it's like a real person. I'm like, this is a little too creepy. I just do the text. I just text everything I need. I just can't get to the talking.
I'm old school.
Even though I use Siri. What's that?
I was saying I'm old school. I still read. Like I said, I like GPT to a certain extent. I have leadership books. Like I'm a book reader. I'm old school when it comes to certain things. So I just feel like when the technology go down, what we gonna use?
Yes.
So I still can read, but I'm gonna utilize technology while it's there. But yeah, absolutely, yeah. And look, even on that, girl, I'm on Audible, so I'm just completely lazy with all of this stuff. I need to
That's
get
why I
right,
say it makes
but
us lazy. That's why I make it a
it
point to
does.
pick up a book.
It does. I
And read
won't
it.
lie.
It
Y'all
does.
remember that
It really
movie, Wally, the cartoon Wally?
No.
And
no.
basically, it just foreshadows what's going on now. Everything is fed to them. AI,
I'm gonna have
this
to
this
check it
big
out.
mother computer just pretty much dictating everybody's life, and everybody became fat and lazy and had goggles on, just devoid from life. And that's what it that seems like, what we're headed to. But I agree. We got to read. We have to go back to those old ways at some point. But for right now, I'm using ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Everything. That
Everything.
is a counselor, a friend is whatever you want it to be. But I want to go back to just letting everyone know just in case they don't know, because everybody don't know, everybody don't read, they don't know it, they listen to the news. So just to let y'all know that who are the candidates for mayor. You have Helena Morena, you have Royce Duplessis, Oliver Thomas, somebody named Eileen Carter, and Renata Collins. I don't know who
That's my
those
first
people.
time hearing those two names.
And
Yeah.
then there's somebody named Frank Janusa. I I don't know them people. Oh, I don't know them. I don't know who them people are. I don't know what they're saying about them. Oh no, that's not the candidates. They just had the three people. They were saying something else. Okay, so so those are the candidates, y'all. Those are the top three candidates: Helena, Royce, and Oliver. So don't forget to go out and vote. The vote is gonna be, what is it? October the I had the date right here somewhere. All right, y'all. I'll find it later. I had it up here.
October is a busy month.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's very busy.
I
So
think it starts open enrollment too for people to switch their
Hmm.
Medicaid, Medicare benefits,
yeah.
the breast cancer awareness, night out
Oh,
against
yeah.
crime. People gonna have Halloween parties.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the list goes on and on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wanted to share too that about and when we were talking about October and everything that's going on in October, there's a cardiovascular event that's happening,
Hmm.
um and that's gonna be let me see. I'm so blind, y'all. So
We all
St.
have on glasses.
St.
Hmm.
John St. John number 5 is hosting I guess it's a lunch and learn it's a lunch and learn session. And what they're going to be doing is discussing like healthcare tips, symptoms of heart failure, and taking and how to talk to your medical providers. And I think that's so important
It
for
is.
African American people to know that, because when we go to, some of us don't know how to advocate for our health care. Um, and we just go along with anything that the doctors say. And some of
Mhm.
these doctors are not in our best interest, they're in their best interest of their pockets.
Hmm.
So,
Right.
and you have to pay attention. Like, I'm getting ready to switch my provider right now because I want to know why the hell I got to ask him to do blood work on me. You don't care if I'm dying or not. And then, I have hypertension. I'm old. I take 1,000 medications, but I got to
Supposed to
ask
get blood work every year.
Yeah.
if certain medications you're supposed to get blood work done quarterly
Oh
or
yeah, that's true
Oh,
too.
Christian,
Yeah, you're
absolutely. Yeah.
absolutely right. Yeah,
so
I agree.
when I was going, and then I had a whole annual, like what we gonna talk about in my annual appointment. If you haven't done blood work, the blood work is done after they post the blood work. So I'm reading the blood work as to my own. I gotta look up every word and see what that mean, and all.
Mhm.
Never call me, and all my levels are high as hell. My damn cholesterol high,
Oh man.
my glucose is borderline. I'm saying to myself, you don't think this man should have called me and had a conversation with me? Then he
Yeah.
tried then he told me I had to lose weight. He body shamed me, told I was too big. I need
Oh,
to be at least
Not the
100.
broccoli shit. No.
So I mean, I was too heavy and I needed to lose weight. When people of color, I like all of, I mean,
We
sometimes,
curvy.
yes.
I mean, we're curvy, but you know, listen, the food that we're eating, right? It is not good for us, and we just got to eat better. I'm one. I love my fried foods and my pastas and all of that. You know, I think we need to start living. What is it? Eating to live. That old
Eating to
terminology.
live.
You know,
And
not
again,
living to eat, but eating to live. Right. And if
Eating to live.
can
Yep.
retrain our brain to do that, I think we can live a little longer. You know, and
and
you know
again,
they got the food deserts, right? You know,
yes.
how far is a Trader Joe's from you, from y'all?
Oh, it's far. It's in Metairie.
See what
No,
I'm
they
saying?
just
The
built,
nearest
they
one.
have a new one. They have a new one
Where?
on Two
Oh
Lane.
yeah, they did. Where is it? Okay.
It's right on Tulane Avenue, right
Tulane, they
between
did.
Ford.
Yeah, that's fairly new. So I have not been there yet. But of course,
Hmm.
I'm on the West Bank, so I still have to travel some ways. But when I work in New Orleans, so I will visit. I do go to Whole Food. I visit Whole Food maybe like 3 times out of the month. They're a little bit
And then
expensive.
yes, to eat
About three
healthy is
times.
expensive.
Yeah,
To
it,
eat
it
healthy.
pays to. Yeah, it pays to. I want to eat healthy.
It definitely does. So, um, and you have to be making, and wait, I'm not, well, I'm gonna just say it. In these particular places, some of them, they don't take food stamps. And now
No,
it's so,
it's not like any of us receive SNAP benefits.
no, we don't. But as I was saying today, I've been paying taxes since I was 18 years old. I
Mhm.
should be able to get at least $65 worth of food stamps every month, just based on my
Some
effort in
help,
being a productive citizen all my
right?
Yeah,
life. So, I mean, I think we all deserve at least $65. You know what I'm saying? If nothing else. So, Tiff, you wanted to talk about anything on your end that's happening in Houston to let us to shed some light on Houston?
Eh, Not really. Nothing's really going on. Same old same. You know, same old same. Did you see that that guy got shot? What's his name? Kirk. Last name Kirk. He was a Republican uh pundit. He pretty much was at one of his rallies, and
I did see that on
someone
the news. I caught the
someone
end
took
of
him
it.
out. Yeah, someone shot him and
Oh,
took him out.
Oh my God.
And it's so
was he
funny.
the target?
Yes,
Oh man,
yes, and it's
that would traumatize me.
listen. No one needs to go out like that, right? For whatever their
No.
beliefs are,
No,
I don't
no.
condone it. I think he had said something about um gun violence is necessary to keep the Second Amendment going. And look what happened.
Okay.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Gun violence
Well,
took him out.
yeah, which is unfortunate, but I mean, it's David. You got karma is not waiting on anything anymore. So that's why you
But
have
people
to.
need to control their emotions, though, Keisha.
Mm,
We oftentimes, react to emotions when we need to be talking it out, having healthy conversations, meaningful conversations. Because when we react off of our emotions, look what happened. That was emotions. You got upset because he said something or did something. That's emotions. Talk it
yeah.
out. Try to go to therapy yourself. I just don't like when we resort to violence, taking a life when is in my book not that serious. It's really
No,
not.
it's not. And I think for every problem, there's a resolution for any and everything. If you have those conflict resolution skills
Emotional intelligence
and
Yes.
and
communication,
communication skills,
yeah.
strategies.
And so many people lack effective
Yes,
and
Yes.
appropriate communication skills because some are
Yep.
even in a dating pool. Like I'm dating as old as I am, and all the guys that I meet, they are still unable to communicate their needs and
that's
wants
true.
effectively.
Mm.
So I mean, I am very much an intellectual person. So in order to get even to see my boobs showing, We gonna have to have a good conversation. Like you're
Right.
gonna have to make me like be interested in you some kind of way. But so many people lack communication skills, emotional awareness, self awareness, period. Because I look at how we treat each other as
Mhm.
females. You know, like we see a beautiful woman and we automatically develop in our minds some kind of bias towards that person. So we don't like them because we think that they're in competition with us.
Yeah.
So instead of being able to be comfortable with ourselves and be confident with it within ourselves, it's like, and I'm not going to even say as a African American woman, and we always talk about how history plays a role, but we have come so far. Like there's so like you're reading books. It takes nothing to read a book about emotional
Right.
intelligence.
Emotional
It takes
intelligence.
nothing
Right.
to read a book about being in tune with your own self. Because if you don't
Right.
know thyself, how you going to get to know someone else?
They're so busy
Mhm.
worrying about somebody else, they're not investing in themselves, you know?
Yes.
Right.
And that's what it's all about. Like I was on TikTok the other day, and I can't think of the young lady's name right now, but he she had a baby with this guy, and he has a new baby mama. The new baby's mama, the child is 6 months old. This girl dropping her child off at school. She already had a restraining order on these people.
Oh, I
This
saw
boy,
that.
this boy
I
brings
saw that too on social media.
his new baby mama. They go to the girl's school with the child's school with a gun, approaches this girl while he has her. Then they get into a little altercation. He puts her in a headlock, and the new baby mama, the girlfriend, has the nerve to shoot this girl in the face. She shot her more than one time,
Yep.
and then stood on the corner and said it was self-defense.
No,
I
ma'am.
don't know what in the world is wrong with your self-esteem that you feel like you have let this man lead you to spend the rest
Right.
of your life in jail.
And for
Like,
him to want to shoot the mother of his child, like that's so
Supposedly,
disrespectful.
I
yes,
think, and even diving deep, I saw someone talk about he had been threatening her and wanting to
Oh wow.
pulling up to her job, wanting to fight her. Like there was a history of it, and this is what it came to. It's so sad and so
It is
stupid.
very sad. And
it's very
yeah,
stupid. But
Like,
I'm really trying
ma'am,
to figure out what did he tell this other young lady that she felt like she had to go and literally kill this girl. So in her mind, I'm saying
again, emotions,
yes.
emotions. It leads back to lack of intelligence, poor communication skills, and that's why I try to
problem
teach my.
solving.
Yeah, that's why I try to teach my nieces because I don't have any kids, so I kind of mentor my nieces to talk out whatever it is that they're going through with
Right.
their significant other, their best friends, because you don't want someone to want to take your life or you want to take theirs based off of a disagreement, you know.
That's
Yeah.
So
absolutely
I've come a long way from not reacting to emotions.
Yeah. And that's work that you really have to do on
It's
yourself.
a lifestyle
absolutely.
change.
It is very much a lifestyle because I had to learn not to react to everything,
Right.
not to feed into other people's, because what I had to recognize is that don't have anything to do with me. That's all about them, what they have going on within themselves. And even if it's a group of people, like that's their issue. It's not a Keisha issue.
Right.
And just
Yeah,
learn
it's a
to
their
keep,
issue, it's a them issue. And you
yeah.
just made me realize something when you say it's a them issue, not a wait, hold on. I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. Let me think. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. But it came to my mind and you said something and went out.
It is a them issue, and honestly, it has nothing to do with you. You know, and that's something that they need to work out on their own. Get a therapist to figure it
Yes.
out
Yeah.
Yes. Figure it out most
because it's a
definitely.
lot of projection too, projection
Yeah,
and
projecting. Yeah,
insecurity.
I agree.
You
I
know
agree.
that is thrown and thrust
Hmm.
upon you, right, for the things they're
That's
lacking.
true.
So it's
Exactly.
unfortunate.
Absolutely. And it's sad of the things that insecurities will make you do. Like when
Absolutely.
you so insecure about another female, you want to hurt this person, or actually get, like, you thinking that you removing them from the scene totally is gonna
Yeah.
make your life better. But what
Right.
we don't realize
The
is,
level and the level of crazy to show up to this woman's son's school.
Right.
The level of crazy for both of them to show up with that type of energy, having just dropped the son off to school. I mean, this. Listen, these people need to sit down and talk to
Right.
somebody because that was
And they think
unnecessary.
that's normal. They normalizing
Yes, that's it.
abnormal.
Yep,
They're
they glorify it.
normalizing abnormal.
Yep.
And I just think if, more conversations need to be had around it,
Hmm.
to better understand why does this keep happening, right? It's becoming normal and numb. But when I hear about that, actually my eyes got watery because now the child doesn't have a, wait, did the mother die?
Yes.
yes, they
Yeah. So
murdered her.
now
Hmm.
the child doesn't have a mother, and now
The
the,
shooters.
the other kids, their parents are gonna be locked up. So it's a
Yep.
no-win situation. It's like,
No.
how is that good? How are you benefiting from that?
Exactly. And then
You
the
know
guy, they said he posted on his page like moments after, "This has
what?
been the worst day of my life."
But
You know,
you pulled up, sir. You
Yes, it
pulled
is
up
the
with
worst.
this woman.
You knew it was gonna be
And
the worst day of your life when you pulled up.
exactly.
right. And
That
now
was
I
the
don't know.
intention.
Looking at the video, I don't know if they even did they ambush her because it looked like there was a car kind of blocking. I mean,
I
the
saw
Yeah,
cars
the
were
end of it. I didn't
positioned
catch the
funny.
full story.
It
I'm gonna
looks
have to go
funny how
back
the
and look
cars were
at it.
positioned, like they
So
ambushed her.
sad.
It's really crazy.
You
yeah,
gotta
they
watch
ambushed.
who you have kids with now.
Yes.
Oh, that
Yeah,
part,
So sad.
yes, we
single
do.
mother.
And it is sad. And that's so unfortunate that this girl's mother and her sister on TikTok literally crying, begging people to take the
Yeah,
video down of her sister lying in the street covered with blood.
Wow.
Like it's just a lot. And then we kind of videotape this stuff, and I don't know why would you want to videotape somebody fighting for their life at
Right.
that point in that
yeah.
moment, and you didn't do anything to intervene to try to prevent this. Because if the school knew that she had a restraining order on, I knew and we talk, people talk. So I knew somebody else out there knew that this guy wasn't supposed to be there. So why didn't anybody call the police? Because
Right.
they had to build up to this for them to get to the point of this gun violence. So that's not the first time that's probably happened, that he pulled up at the school and act the
It's
fool, or
not.
they had a fight, because they were comfortable with that.
Yeah.
So
Again, normalizing
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
abnormalities.
Yep.
Hmm.
Normalizing abnormalities.
Yes.
Dysfunction, toxic behavior.
Dysfunction. Yes.
Mhm.
And they have
Yeah.
a lot of, and I mean, and a lot of people do that. They normalize that behavior. I like to call them flying monkeys. I call them the flying monkey people.
What? Flying?
Why?
Why flying
Why?
monkeys?
Break that
Y'all
down.
know how,
Yeah,
the
please.
the flying monkeys did
That
anything that the
analogy,
wicked witch said.
girl.
And the whiz. Y'all know
Oh
that the
yeah, yeah.
flying
Okay.
monkeys.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Okay.
Okay.
whatever the witch told them to do, they didn't
Oh,
ask no questions. And then regardless if she
yes.
was doing right or wrong, they were
Right.
they were in captivity, right? So they did
Yes.
everything. They was in survival mode.
Yes.
So
Yes. Okay.
I like to call them
Okay.
the flying monkeys, baby. The flying monkeys, they see no evil, hear no evil, and do no evil, but they participate in all the evil. That's the flying
Exactly. Oh
monkey.
wow. Good. Yeah.
Okay, that's your analogy.
I get
Mhm.
it.
I'm gonna leave it there. It's just when I hear that term monkeys, it goes way back from what I've learned
Yeah.
about with racism and everything. So that's why I was like, why flying monkeys? But that's your analogy. I get it.
Yeah. So I mean, it's I mean, actually what it was in the Wiz. Like they saw
Right.
no
And yeah.
evil. They did no evil, but they actually participated in all the evil.
Right. All the
Right.
evil
So
stuff.
yeah.
I
So
get it. I get
but
it.
So Tip, who is this person you have on here? Little T. What she did in life?
Oh Lord.
I think I sent this one to you a couple weeks ago. I want to say this girl was on. She was saying basically folks that have a 9 to 5, something about people having a 9 to 5. Why do you still have a 9 to 5? I'm on OnlyFans and I'm making millions of dollars, and you're behind if you have a 9 to 5 job. And I
Oh.
think that was the
Well, I
gist
could
of
I could
it.
speak to that. I
Okay.
love my 9 to 5. Okay. Yes, I'm venturing off into entrepreneurship,
Mhm.
but I love working with the population that I work with. I love working with my coworkers. I love navigating resources. It's something I love to do. Now, even say for example, if my business kick off, right? And I start making millions of dollars, right? I still want to do this type of work, giving back to the community because it's a purpose,
Right.
and it feels good when you're able to help someone in need. And I don't do it necessarily because I don't do it to say, oh, I've done it. I do it because it's part of who I am. So I'm going to continue to go over and beyond because this is what I love to do.
Yeah, exactly. It's a ministry, and that's what
It's
I
a
always say.
ministry, yes.
When you're in social services, it is actually a ministry
It
that
is.
because
Oh
you're
yeah, I
out
forgot to mention that part. Keisha and I in social services.
there. Yes.
You should, yeah,
We
you
gotta
should
go over and
absolutely.
beyond.
You
We
should
work
And
with
social
absolutely.
the
workers.
Yes.
homeless pop, like homeless and constantly rehousing people. And I think what I do is so purposeful
Yeah.
because and I love meeting people and some of these people and as I was gonna say earlier, it's all about educating them and letting them know, telling them the truth.
Right.
Um, because some of these people have been on government assistance for so long that they don't know how to live independently without that because they've never had the guidance to teach them how on I'm not gonna say not had to well, I think social services kind of came into play into these communities after Hurricane Katrina. But the best utilization for social services to this capacity is that we said we spend so much time trying to help them to maintain and sustain housing, but at the same time we're also trying to educate them when we can be at best use of teaching them those life skills of
Right.
how to maintain housing and how to things like with no matter what pay my bills. So
Mhm.
it a lot of conversations that I had with the people that I service is like, they have a new administration. So then I've always said that since I was in permanent supportive housing, this program could end today or tomorrow. So don't have
Right.
the expectation that this is going to last forever. So what is your plan B?
Mhm.
So what is your plan B? So, and we're taught to empower people and
Mm.
not enable people.
Focus on their
Um,
strengths.
and yes, and focus on these strengths and give them what they need. Like I've gone out, like I had a client, he used to work on cars. He told me he didn't have any flyers. You know what I did? I came home, I typed him up some flyers, made him some flyers, I cut them, I said, now go hang this out. And
Oh.
every time you hang them up, somebody gonna pull it and they gonna call you if they need a mechanic. He started getting work and jobs like that. So
Mhm.
Right.
sometimes, and he said, "Oh, I said, well, you call me when you need me to make you more copies." He said, "Well, I don't need you to make no more copies. I kept other copy. I'm gonna just go make copies myself and hand them out." So
Right.
once he saw that, he started getting clients, and he recognized, hey, this is a skill that I have that I can use to make extra money.
Yep, that transformation, just watching them, start from, to get from point A. I'm sorry, starting at point A to get to point B, and I adopted this analogy from my friend. She will often tell people when people ask why you became a social worker, she would say social work profession chose me. And I kind of feel that way. I kind of fell into my lap. I had no idea. 10 years later, I'd be a social worker. I was supposed to be doing dental hygienist work. But again, it just fell into my lap, and everything was easy getting into graduate school, finishing and everything. So that's why, I kind of adopted that analogy. I didn't chose social work chose me, and I
Yeah,
love it.
good,
Absolutely.
good. Yeah, absolutely. And then from a similar, I guess, stance, I'm an HR professional, so I
Okay.
match skill sets in education and experience with with different types of jobs from different stakeholders, clients. So it's pretty much the same thing, right? See a need, fill a need. So I
Right.
absolutely do understand that.
Yeah.
What is that, Keisha?
That
Now,
that's
what
Wow.
you have on the screen, Keisha?
that's
Oh
Teacher
God.
B. That is
Oh
Teacher
my
B.
God.
She has
Okay, teacher Bay. You say Bay like Bay or like Bay? It's a difference.
B. She calls herself Teacher B.
Bay. Okay, Bay.
Okay, like
Okay.
B, yes. So she's been going wearing these little provocative outfits to school, and they've been talking about this a lot on TikTok about should a teacher be allowed to dress like this with all this body yada yada going on she got. And my thing is, she's wearing these stilettos, girl. She got in like everything that she wears is very much revealing her shape. So some parents are like, she shouldn't be around the kids like that. And then she's talking to the kids like, hey, they
But
calling
let,
her
but
head.
let me ask you a question. I'm about to be devil's advocate for a second. How the kids' grades, are they learning? Like, are they failing? Like, I have those type of questions. Like her dressing like that. What's the outcome? The academic outcomes of the kids. Do we have that data?
They don't no, they didn't talk about that data. But
Okay.
because she's online with the clothes, and then girl, it's just a lot with this lady. And then I doubt very seriously from her vernacular, her vocabulary. I don't know. She got to be a math teacher. That's
I
all I
mean,
can
I don't see her cleavage out. Um, I can't really tell if her underwear print is showing or the print showing. I'm not gonna say nothing's wrong with it. I'm not gonna say that, but I want to see like the outcome, the excuse me, the academic outcomes to see if her dressing like that is working or not. I'm
I
not saying
mean,
I agree.
right.
I just want to see what the data looks like.
As a social construct, right? Teachers don't look like this, right? At least the
Right.
teachers I grew up.
Oh, our
Uh,
teachers was old, had the gap,
listen,
had red lipstick on their teeth.
and my teachers were nuns, so I,
Oh wow.
did not see this. But I
Right.
think for her, listen, the woman is shapely,
Right.
and it kind of teeter totters on inappropriate. However, I'm shapely. What can I do about it, right? But I think the skirt, she could have may have chosen a different skirt. But again, again, what's her record, right? You
Right. What's
know,
her record? Yeah.
well,
And what's her
is
motive?
right?
Right.
Is her classroom or her students passing, their
Right.
yeah.
standardized tests? What's
What
going
she went
on,
through. We don't know
right?
her life story. Maybe this is her confidence. This is what gives her motivation.
And my thing, where I think it may borderline on inappropriateness is if she teaches high school.
That's true.
Well, yes, she's
Yeah,
teaching
we don't
high
know if she
And
school.
teach
that kid
elementary
looks a
school,
little
high
high
school.
school.
Yeah.
You
She
know,
teaches
We need to know. Yeah, we need to learn
mm,
more about this teacher for me to say, okay, this is appropriate or inappropriate.
right,
Just by looking at her, I'm not gonna say, well, that's inappropriate because she may have a straight A class.
right, right,
yeah,
right.
she could. And if
She
it's
may have
effective,
a story to tell.
yeah,
Yeah.
so she's been receiving a lot of a backlash about how, and I think they fired the young lady. If
Oh
I'm not,
wow.
Really?
yeah, I think they
No.
fired her. The parents were in an outrage of how she was dressing every day, and I think they were claiming that she was a little friendly with the kids.
Mm.
Um,
See, it's
To see that,
nuance.
yeah, that
mhm.
plays a part as well. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, so
Because we don't know if she's a pedophile. That's why I said we
Right.
need to learn more. More background about this teacher.
yeah, before we get into that. So, and and when I was when I was a young girl, my teachers were very girl. They used to wear that gabardine fabric back then. I can't stand that fabric because they wore it so much in back in my day. That is the most ugliest fabric in the world, I think. But it was
Oh
nothing
Lord.
soft about their clothes, even their pants. I'm like, girl, them pants look kind of rough. She walking in. I used to always say that. It looked like the clothes they wore itched, you know.
Oh my gosh.
So it's like you never saw
No, not looking like
any
that.
of their body at
Right.
all.
Mm-mm.
So
Mm-mm. I think it's that generation, right? That
Right. The
generation is,
generation has changed. The
yeah,
environment changed.
something
Everything has
different.
changed
everything
Yeah.
has changed a lot. So
a
what
lot.
Yeah.
time is it, y'all? It's like 8:12. We got started around this time around 7:15. So I don't know why my comments are not showing. I'm gonna have to investigate. Like I paid too much money for StreamYard to be cut up like this. I really do. Like I can't get my comments or anything. I'm calling
Maybe
customer service.
it's the internet
Mm.
It's either the internet, the app, or something. They
or
posted just
update. May need to update that
mm,
app.
they just posted that they're having issues with Facebook, and I'm streaming well on Facebook today. Last a couple of weeks ago, I couldn't stream at all on Facebook. So I don't know what's going on with these
So
people.
we can't see how many viewers you have.
I could see how many. No, I could see how many people viewing it on
Okay.
Facebook. Um, I can see how many views. I just can't get the comments, and a
Oh,
lot
you
of
can get the
people,
comments. Okay.
yeah, they like to interact and stuff like that. But
Oh man, I would have loved to answer a couple of questions.
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
so it's usually a little interactive, and hopefully they fix that part, like they fixed the Facebook.
you got you gonna have to invite me back on, Keisha.
Yeah, so we can get this party started when we have, and you could come on anytime you want. Anytime you want to come on, Arjan, you could come on.
Thank
I'm gonna need
you.
one of those fanny packs. I need a
Of
Saints
course.
color. I'm gonna have to get one of
Yes.
those. And guys, you can purchase your things from Miss Arajan again at https dot fiercegraffiti.com. And
Yep.
let
And
me put it
I'm
on.
also wearing my Fierce Graffiti shirt. Hold up. I gotta get
Oh
up.
yeah, let's see the shirt.
Hold up.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Gotta
okay.
see that.
Okay. Here we go again with this. Okay, let me figure this out. Okay, visual effects. None. All right. This is one of my shirts. I don't
Oh,
know
I
if you
like
can
that.
see it. Yes, and I also have Mardi Gras
Oh wait, let
merch,
me see right there.
merchandise coming soon with the whole sweatsuit, the sequins shirts and everything. So stay tuned for that.
Oh yeah,
Nice. Okay.
baby, I love me
Are
some.
you on Instagram?
Yes, I'm on
Okay.
Instagram at fiercegraffiti.com.
All right.
I'm sorry, I say .com like I'm on a website
You're right.
doing
I know what you mean.
Fierce Graffiti. Everything is Fierce Graffiti, and graffiti is spelled because some people be spelling giraffe for whatever reason.
Oh,
It's GRFFITI. So yeah, so that's why I always make it a point to
okay.
spell graffiti.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
so
when
here it
and
is, y'all.
a lot of oh,
Hopefully it's
thank you for that, Keisha. A lot of times people ask when they hear the word graffiti, they think of the spray paint and all. That's why it's called fears, right? Because when I think of the word fears, I think of being unapologetic. I think of being confident, motivated. It's not always about street gear, right? So fears with the word graffiti is giving it a different type of vibe, if that makes
right.
sense. You know, so you're going to see a lot more of graffiti, but like organized graffiti is what I like to say. So just stay tuned, you know, support, follow me on all social media platforms, and let me know your thoughts. If you purchase a fanny pack or even other gear, I'm sorry, other products from me, I want to know the reviews so I can keep pushing merchandise out there that people like and people want.
Yeah.
So again, thank you, Keisha, for allowing me to use your platform.
Yeah. Or you need to get some, old people like sequins, girl. We like
Oh
those.
God, listen, I got my sequences on order right now. I had to make sure I had some funds. I'm preparing for Mardi Gras season. So yes.
Yeah, so y'all get ready, get your Saint stuff and your Mardi Gras stuff from Fierce Graffiti. And on that note, guys, we'll see you guys next Wednesday with more interesting topics, more conversation. We didn't have any controversy on here tonight, but I guess the controversy will be back next week.
I'm gonna
Depending
make sure
on
I'm
the
not on that one. I'm gonna be watching.
So no conflict. So remember, guys, I just want to say how important it is to vote. So get out there and vote for your mayor election. And yeah, and just keep tuning in because my goal is to get 400 viewers for 2025. So y'all keep supporting me. And you know where to find me at and it's not my fault, y'all. It's stream y'all, Facebook, and these people, I don't know if they're beefing or what's going on. But you can catch me on YouTube at Carrie to Be. With YouTube is always working effectively. You can always catch me on YouTube. Facebook and IG is KPR Productions LLC. And also on Instagram, it never fails. I'm trying to kind of move over to TikTok, guys. So I know most of you guys follow me on Facebook, so I'll just be transitioning over to TikTok. That way I can build. I know y'all want me to be successful at this, and this way I can build more followers.
Don't feel bad, Keisha, because I'm still learning TikTok myself.
Girl, I just got on too. I'm a newbie too.
Don't talk about me.
Oh no,
I was told I needed TikTok, so
I'm trying. You have to post every day, y'all. And that part, content is the thing, and it's me just having a feel for the content. So
right.
Let's continue to support Black-owned businesses, y'all, and those who are trying to thrive. This weekend they have a lot of things going on. You can catch Rain Nola over on the West Bank. Erica Norwood always has some things going on at Club Rain Nola over there on the West Bank. And of course, y'all know they have plenty of little spots on the on my side of the river. That always have a lot of things going on. It's so many that I want to shout them out, but next week I'll have an itinerary of where y'all can go on Fridays or Thursday and get y'all steak nights and things like that. So on that note, good night. Let's continue to wind down. Take care of yourself, and I love y'all.
All right.
Thank you. Good
Good night.
night.
Good night.